So this episode, we have waited 7 seasons. 7 seasons. And this season alone, in the first 10 episodes, mind you, we've had a Celestia episode, and we've had a Royal Sisters episode, which we're going to talk about now. What's up, guys? This is John from TheUndercoverBrony.
And this is Snakeskin94. I have one thing to say about this episode. -5 stars!
What?
Well, Twilight was -5 stars. The rest of this was like 6 stars.
Okay.
Like,
I actually thought Twilight was like...
Okay, Ballerina Twilight,
but at the same
Twilight is hilarious.
Just the way she acted.
Yeah, and like I said, Ballerina Twilight is hilarious. And throughout the whole episode, Twilight was, to be fair, Twilight was actually pretty consistently like with the jokes and stuff. Like, she got a little with the whole, she couldn't let Sunset handle her thing, Starlight handle her thing, but overall she did good. And this episode, okay, you know me, I'm a Starlight fan.
Mm-hmm. Oh my.
But oh my god, Celestia and Luna were just fantastic this whole freaking episode. And yeah, dude, it was just great. It was the right, their interactions were great. Their characterizations had just the right amount of depth, and they confirmed and sunk some fan theories. But the ones that they confirmed and sunk, it was all for the betterment of the show. They really, as far as characterization,
they hit it out of the park.
Yeah, as far as characterization goes, they pretty much batted a they batted a pretty good, average. Twilight I thought was annoying in some parts, but I mean, very minusculely, and in the end, it doesn't matter because this episode was a 6-star match. Now
you have me hearing "Nothing Really Matters" by Sick Puppies in my head now.
Can I ask you a question? How did Sick Puppies tour with Skillet? That doesn't make sense.
I have no idea.
So, so the episode starts out with, okay, there were a lot of OMG, WTF type of moments in this episode. Well, a few, but there was, it opens on a wham shot. Starlight Glimmer's cutie mark is on the map, floating above the Princess Tower. Now, those two shots right there of her cutie mark on the map, let alone under the castle, over the castle, that tells you right now this is going to be one of those episodes you wish was split into like 4 parts. But
yeah, you want to have like a multi-episodic sort of like grand finale sort of thing, I guess.
Yeah, and so Twilight's like, WTF, and Starlight's like, no, I got this, and she's like, dude, it's the princesses, and I need to point something out. I know it's jumping ahead in the episode. I love that this episode completely destroyed 2 things about Celestia. One of them, that she's a perfect little goody-goody, and the other being that the other being that she has just as many strengths and weaknesses as anybody else, which was, seeing Twilight react to Starlight telling her about the princesses having imperfections. It's literally like if someone tells you that your favorite musician is that your favorite musician is a Scientologist or voted Republican. It's just that kind of disbelief. And
yeah, I could see what you mean there.
And by Republican, I mean Republicans from 2009 to now. Those Republicans.
Those damn Republicans.
Those wacky conservatives.
But then again, liberals are not much better nowadays.
Those wacky liberals. dude, we should form a band. We'll call ourselves, hey, we're SJ and the W's. So Starlight Glimmer, her cutie mark's on the map, and we're going.
And might I notice, this is the first time that a map episode has only included one character.
And it's not even a main 6 character, which is not doing any Starlight Glimmer haters any favors, because people are already getting the impression that she's kind of a creator's pet and doesn't really get many repercussions for her bad actions, which I acknowledge that. I just acknowledge that it's weird. Normally, I hate those type of characters, but for Starlight Glimmer, for some reason, I love. But yeah, we're 2 minutes in, barely, and this episode's already hit you like.
Here's my thing.
Okay,
hold on. Looking at it from the fact you were talking about how a lot that the kind of character that Starlight is, you normally don't like. Here's how I see it, and I do agree with you. She normally would not be a character that I would like either. However, I think the reason it works is because they paint her in such a light that she's not bad for the sake of being bad. She just goes with her gut and gets into trouble for it.
Plus, in a way,
but it becomes endearing at the end. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I think that. I mean, I definitely feel like, and even in this episode, maybe Starlight could have gotten some more reprimanding, but at the same time, I think they give her just enough. You know, well, maybe not as enough as they should, but like, and also, I think it also shows. This may be thinking a little too bigger picture, but like, I think it actually shows a good development on the characters and the world of Equestria's part, that, you know, we have by season 6, we have this established ass world with this established cast, you know, and we all that, and now they're teaching this person how to be a good person, and it's working, you know, and we've got that episode coming out about Twilight publishing the friendship letters in a book, you know, and it just, little things like Starlight and them being recognized and stuff, it just really shows how they've impacted the world. And that's why I think Starlight works. Starlight works because the world of Equestria and the cast works, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Because I see it as like it's developed enough of the characters in the world so that a character like a character like Starlight can come in.
See, you're starting to do it too.
Starlight, first star I see tonight, can come in and actually make it work in the context of her character type.
Yeah, so it's great. They go to Contarlute, and they're like, what's up, people? There's a friendship problem, and oh, by the way, you know, I did the -5 stars thing earlier, but Twilight had some great lines, like how she's trying to be like, no, there's no way the princesses could be having a friendship problem. Maybe the cooks are arguing about something, or and she said like maybe the hairstylist got in a fight over a comb, and like the way she says comb, she just finished it so like almost pathetic. She's like, maybe they got in a fight over a comb. I'm just like. This episode literally had like my personal opinion of the best way to write Twilight, and that is adorable hyperventilating lesson zero Twilight. But okay, how I put this. Twilight is best when she's unreasonable, but when you make it funny, not when she's being an a-hole. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense. I see what you mean.
So they're there, and Celestia's like, no, everything's great, and she's like,
it's peachy.
And
if they made a reference to it being peachy, I guarantee you there would be a bunch of people trying to see if there was a correlation with Mario in there.
Well, you know, this fandom's tried to draw parallels to weirder other things in this show.
Yeah,
so
it's kind of funny. It reminds me of an article of like how to get a gamer girlfriend or something. It was from Nintendo Power, and it was literally like dress her up, in a pink dress, and everything will be just peachy. Well, that is until she tries to float.
Best way to meet chicks, just find them online on PlayStation, and they're all playing Overwatch right now. So, okay, so we're 5 minutes in, and already we've had the wham shot, the wham setup of the plot. Celestia and Luna are denying things. They're lying.
And I love how Luna has baggy eyes, like complete, like, I'm tired, leave me the frick alone. And I love how I love how Celestia likes to make breakfast for Luna, but Luna's just like, whatever, takes a banana and just eats part of it and then throws the rest on the floor.
No, she did the pineapple first.
That's right.
The part you're talking about, she gets a banana, unpeels the banana, eats the banana peel, throws away the banana. What makes this episode work and the conflicts is that we know.
And yes, by the way, guys, that is exactly how we act if you work on third shift. I guarantee you. We are zombies.
So, what makes this episode work is exactly the fact how much we know about Luna comparing with how little we know about Celestia, because before this episode, we knew the right amount of little about Celestia so that when they showed these other sides of her and developed her throughout the episode, not only did it make sense from a narrative standpoint after they spent time explaining it, it also had to me, a bigger impact on this character that's out of almost 100 episodes has only really been in maybe 20. And with Luna, we know more about her compared to Celestia, and that's what makes her side of the argument when Celestia is going through that, hit a much more emotional, payday. And to me, seeing Celestia not be bubbly happy all the time, and also seeing how grumpy Luna can be. Okay, grumpy Luna is hilarious and adorable. But I wouldn't hug her within a 5-foot pole because she'd probably skewer me without her coffee. And Celestia
probably skewer me without her coffee.
So, and Celestia being who she is and how we know her, but showing this angry and weak and fearful side, it's like you never saw it, but because you wanted something depth for so long, it's like it just hits more because you have this clear picture. And after the episode's done, the picture's there, but instead of a picture, it becomes a photograph.
Yeah, you're gonna need to reset your audio, by the way. So, I love how it like rapid fire switches between Starlight.
I was on a great monologue.
Yes, you were. But I love how it keeps rapid firing between Starlight and the princesses and
let me sum it up like
Starlight and Twilight.
Let me sum it up like this. Episode written very good. Characters mean a lot to me, and writing makes them mean more, and it should for you too. Yay.
Okay, then. And I gotta say, Spinner ballerina doll Twilight is best Twilight.
Yeah, I will.
She's so freaking adorable. And I love how the guards who are outside the door are constantly like, who are you talking to?
Dude.
I'm surprised the sisters haven't done that to them.
Dude.
And that's they're just like, oh, it's just the princesses messing around again.
Ballerina Twilight gets like, if we were rating her out of like 5, she gets like 7 mosh pits out of 5. Okay, so Starlight gets both the skinny from both the princesses And she's like, okay, they have a problem and they're failing at communicating. And Twilight's like, yo, Starlight says something about them not being the greatest at something, and Twilight like almost fainted because she's like, sorry, you use princesses and not being the greatest at something in the same sentence. And I'm just like, damn. My mind is completely soiled by fan fiction on how I perceive these two princesses, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
So,
especially the Luna fix. My God, the Luna fix.
oh, and I don't even know who I ship her with anymore, man.
She's just all over the place, honestly.
Okay, so Starlight brings up the qualms of the sisters to each other at breakfast. And just when you think they're going to air out their issues, they start going completely nuts and like start trying to get at each other's neck, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
They start screaming at each other.
I loved it because you know what? They can feel bad for that millennium that they spent apart, all by themselves. But people changing and habits being habits are still two totes different things. And Celestia Celestia did everything for 1,000 years with the sun and the moon, but as this episode showed, she must before this. I don't know. This episode makes me wonder if she ever did anything with dream magic, while Luna was gone, or whether or not she just left that alone for those 1,000 years, because this episode showed that she does not know how it works. Oh, I mean, she knew how it works, but she doesn't know how to like control it, which
yeah, that's more Luna's domain. I'm not going to mess with that.
It makes sense though, because like 1,000 years doing it is still 1,000 years. But I mean, Luna was literally born. Luna was literally born to do dream magic. So
here's my question though, and this is just a headcanon that I have. I think that before Luna was banished to the moon, she didn't patrol people's dreams. It wasn't really a task that she upheld, because that could definitely lead to her not wanting, to feel jealous. In all honesty,
let me hit pause right there, because I would like to think that PMV of "Come All Ye Children" is canon.
Yeah.
The one with you showed me that one, the one with Luna flying through the sky and she's like got all the kids with her and stuff. I like to believe that's canon.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying I get what you mean. It's an idea.
Yeah, and it's an interesting one. I will give you like no lie, that's an interesting one. So
yeah.
So Starlight, this is what I was saying about this episode not doing Starlight haters any favors, because she switches cutie marks. She switches the cutie marks of the princesses after she went through a whole season of doing that and then paid for it, then spent an entire season trying not to do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That went on way longer than it should have. So
you know what's funny though? Yeah, I heard that, and there was someone who did like a remix of that, adding on Kyoto from Skrillex onto that, and it's like if Seinfeld aired in 2015.
Did it sound like this?
No, unfortunately not. I'll have to show it to you because it's freaking hysterical.
And what's hysterical to me is that the writers thought her switching the cutie marks would be a good idea. I mean, in the sense of like, I really think the sisters would have been down to maybe not switch cutie marks, but like, do each other's jobs. I think they would have been down like for competitive reasons. It's like you're playing Overwatch and you main Reaper, and you've got this guy that mains Hanzo, and he's like, "Yo, bro, you can't. I'm a way better Reaper than you," and I'm like, "Bring it, Hanzo main."
Yeah, pretty much.
So, Luna's thing about Celestia is that she thinks her thing is literally just smiles and being happy all the time. And Celestia's thing with Luna is that she just raises the moon, which she says is way easier than raising the sun, which makes sense because how smaller it is. But then she's like, you just go into the dreams and make everybody I don't know. All I know, here's the thing. John sent me a link of the episode on Dailymotion, but the Dailymotion version, everything was pitched up just a little higher. So when Celestia is talking in regular voice, I'm like hearing Twilight-ish regular voice. But then when she's yelling at Luna, I'm hearing like Pinkie Pie Celestia. And I couldn't take this episode as seriously as I should have, solely because everyone else sounded like they huffed helium in the VA rooms. So
like that one water commercial where it's like this fruit water is not it's not normal, so we have to make a commercial that's not normal, and it's literally a mother and father that the mother just breathes in a little bit of helium. She's like, "Do you know what time it is?"
So like. This episode, by the way, also completely destroys the Dayman and Nightman thing. So it's like Dayman, fighter of technically Dayman, Nightman.
That was the best thing we ever had.
Oh my god!
I swear to you.
That was the one time our internet connections were nice.
Yeah, it was like, Firefly, Razor of the Sun. Oh my gosh.
So Celestia starts.
Do you still ship Joss Whedon with Celestia?
Dude, you know it. maybe Celestia can get a Black Widow movie made.
Yes, Celestia played by Scarlett Johansson.
You can't tell me that wouldn't be lit.
No, that would be awesome, honestly.
But
anyway,
yeah.
Okay, so she switches the cutie marks, and they decide to go for a day in each other. And is it weird that when they decided that for one day they were going to switch, that I'm like, Luna, up for 24 hours, and Celestia, you just woke up, darling. I don't think you'll be able to sleep for very long. Then again, that's just me coming off of third shift since January of this year. I've been on third shift for about 2 years now. So you can't say nothing.
Well,
anyway.
Well, you see, John, that's the difference between you and the princesses, because you're like, oh my god, third shift, but Luna stays awake because hold on, there was a sunrise sunset joke in there. I lost it. And I just wasted time. Okay, so Luna's going around. She's like shaking hands and doing a fundraiser. This was messed up. She's doing this fundraiser for these kids to go on a field trip, and she like
but even before that, she's smiling at like having to judge a cake contest.
Yeah,
and she keeps having to go between one and the other and the other. And then, like you said, at the very end, it's for the school ponies of Camelot to be able to go on a vacation. And she couldn't hold the smile anymore. It turned to a frown just as the picture came up. And that was literally our Mockingbird mainstream media in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Luna pissed. And so kids don't get their field trip money.
The sad thing is that's almost exactly how that works.
It's kind of funny. I saw this thing that was the same newspaper the same day, but depending on which area of the state they were in, it was either Trump talks hard about the wall, or Trump eases up on talk of the wall.
Well, it sounds like these newspaper guys have been trumped.
Yes.
You know, I
We
did
just need to
that.
find like a
You know, I did that to some Overwatch homies while we were playing, and they said I was a cancerous cuck, and I said you guys should appreciate that I went the extra mile.
yeah, totally.
So Celestia starts going into Pony's dreams, and the first dream she goes into is Starlight's, because Twilight freaks Starlight out, and she's like, dude, what if the princesses like fight and stuff gets destroyed again? Starlight's like, that's not gonna happen. Well, and
She can't do as good a she can do like Rarity can.
yeah, so
She
all of a sudden,
miserably fails at it.
so all of a sudden, Starlight Glimmer's got a devil's haircut in her mind, and Celestia is like, what the hell's going on? So Nightmare Moon's in her dream. This makes like 4 appearances that Nightmare Moon has had in the show, and each time she shows up again, I don't know what it is, but it's always kind of cool. Maybe it's just because that first episode was so long ago, and Nightmare Moon, for being a pretty minor character, has left a pretty big shadow over the events of the show. Because realistically, everyone is here because Nightmare Moon came back.
Mm-hmm.
So they okay, screw it. Let's talk about Daybreak. Daybreaker is just great.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Daybreaker is a fantastic foil to everything Celestia is, and I like how she implied how Celestia is like the strongest thing ever, but she holds back, which I feel would probably go the same for Luna as well to a degree, but yeah, I mean, Celestia is essentially some form of god, or at least has the powers of one. So I like that the show like took the time to be like, hey, yeah, she holds back because she kind of doesn't want to blow up the world. Because if you blow up the world, that looks bad on Instagram hashtags.
Yeah, pretty much.
It'd be like woke up like this, hashtag no makeup, hashtag no lipstick, hashtag no kingdom to rule.
And now I'm reminded of that Rabbids Mario crossover that's happening. It's where one of the rabbits, just like Peach, is about to get like sucked up into a piranha plant, and right at the last second, he just has to like look and take a selfie before he falls in.
Okay, one of these days, you and I need to have a rap session about that Mario Rabbids thing. I don't know who the hell smoked what when they greenlit that, but I mean,
yeah, pretty much.
It's like, is Nintendo so desperate to beat Sony they're gonna partner with Ubisoft? Like trust me, like that's going on, and you didn't watch those E3 conferences. EA all but publicly said that they're tag teaming with Xbox, with Microsoft right now for stuff. And all of which realistically, since EA, I don't think they're owned by Disney, but EA's in pretty cush with Disney because of the Battlefront thing, which technically now extends to Microsoft in a sense. And Sony's kind of all by its lonesome, but they're like, hey man, at least we have the rights to Spider-Man.
Yeah, I can't find it right now, but there's a picture of Celestia holding Starlight, and it's like, this is my pony. There are many like him, but this one is mine.
This one is unique to me. So,
yeah.
So
they keep fighting. They keep fighting Daybreaker and Nightmare Moon, and I'm just like, I'm blown away at this. I'm just like, oh my gosh, yes. And Luna comes in at the last second, and she's trying to figure out what to do, and she eventually just tells Celestia, fix this because you have my cutie mark. You're the one who has to fix this. And so Celestia, in a great feat, Daybreaker and Nightmare Moon hit each other with their horns, And Celestia goes right in the middle of them with her wings and just pulls both of them back and like shoots their lasers back at them. I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Dude, these dream sequences were the best part of this episode, especially. Oh, that dream with Luna was messed up.
Do you want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, I want to talk about this real quick because first off, that I swear, I swear to you, the tune those kids were singing, it sounded like not the words obviously, but like the timing of it sounded just like the Freddy Krueger thing, like 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. It flowed just like that. Her teeth are falling out, which most people can agree on.
Oh my god!
Yeah, which most people can agree on symbolizes a loss of control in one's mind or whatever. But that was when I don't know why things involving teeth or eyes you can understand, but things involving teeth have always been like a real the squick button with me.
Not really a squick button, but more of like a ugh sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, have you ever had
from you, the metalhead?
Hey man, I've only been hitting the teeth 7 times at a metal show, and 4 of them with elbows. I'll let you imagine what the other 3 were. So the fight scene's amazing. Celestia's character development is amazing. I've never seen her be like this, and she may not ever be again in the show because the way they wrote this episode, you almost have to do it one time. Like, you have to show that the developments of this episode still had an impact, as the show's pretty good with. But showing Celestia this conflicted again, it was such a special thing because it was such a long-awaited for episode that I'm not saying never have her go through turmoils and strifes again, but there was a particular way this episode did it that I don't know. It was great. So Celestia overcomes the power of her self-doubt, and her will pushes her evil alter ego.
And let me just say this though. This dream, and I just kind of realized this whole dream sequence for Celestia, having to deal with and get over the stuff that has happened in her past. If you really think about it, it's having to push back against the crap that she's had to endure.
There's a lot of great implications in this scene, like how Luna knows who Daybreaker is. I mean, it makes sense that she would have gone in Celestia's dreams, and clearly Daybreaker either is something that Celestia can or maybe has become, or something that she fears herself, becoming, which when you take that into consideration, it makes Luna's pleased with her to be the, because Celestia literally is the only one that can do it in this case because she has the power of her dreams right now. But it really makes the encouragement even twofold heartwarming, because not only is she encouraging Celestia to get through this, she's also helping her get over her fears and doubts. And why was Starlight Glimmer in this episode?
I have no idea.
I mean, realistically, this episode literally could have just been the both of them, and I feel like they could have come to a similar conclusions if it was just the 2 of them. But no, this episode,
she's kind of like the one that just sits on the sideline. And by the way, I did find the picture. This is my pony. There are many like her, but this one is mine.
God damn it. So, and this episode showcased Friendship is Magic's a lot of their greatest strengths with writing, where it's like the big things are important, but the little things about this episode are also important too. And Friendship is Magic has always been great at utilizing little things and big things and using them together. Usually, they don't always do it, as like 4 episodes of season 4 will tell you, but yeah, it was great. So the episode ends with Twilight, just hyperventilating her ass off to Starlight, and she's like, "You gotta tell me everything." Luna's like, "By the way, you have a fundraiser that needs to be happening, and there's a Timberwolf situation you need to address." Celestia's like, "What?" And she's like, "Adios, sucker, LOL." And My Little Pony. This episode is like, I'm not one to just call things I really love perfect. Because I am the type of straw hat nihilist that believes perfection is merely an illusion. And that being said, you know, in my personal non-professional opinion, this episode gets a perfect 10 mosh pits out of 10.
Yeah! And I guarantee you, as well with me, this gets us 10 out of 10. I know this will probably be very high up on a lot of lists for this season.
I hope
we
so.
already have our first perfect episode.
And this, funnily
so
enough,
you guys already know number one. No need to do a retrospect.
So, and what's funnily enough is that this is episode 10 of this season, is it not?
Yes.
Wait, hold on. We gave it a 10. You gave it a 10. I gave it a 10. And that's the 10th episode. What happened on October 10th, 2010?
The start of the show.
Wait, yo, what?
The show started on October 10th, 2010. Whoa.
You're kidding. You're kidding.
No, I'm not.
I had to sit down for a minute. Bye, guys.
By the way, if you're wondering, the episode about the CMC getting their cutie marks, that was on October 10th of 2015. So, snakeskin,
and
go lay down.
And
you're drunk.
They changed cutie marks in this episode, so cutie marks pertained to the plot. Oh my god. We've been a part of the equation the whole time, and we never noticed it.
Again, Inception. Honestly, though, I'll tell you this. In introspection at 2:30 in the morning is that Inception is just one of those movies that even Sigmund Freud would be going, I'm out.
Dude, you know what that means? That means the Friendship is Magic crew watch our reviews. And you know what that means? That means they're down. That means they're down with sick tunes. This is Snakeskin 94, and that's John. We'll see you next time. Keep on rocking in the brony world.
Peace out, dragon.